everyone, welcome back. So today I have the new MAC collection. It's called Fantasy of Flowers. Now my last MAC haul that I did, I think was at the beginning of December, maybe even November, and it was on a collection that released around the holidays called Divine Night, I believe. I was not that impressed. I think it was the first time I had ever sent any makeup back to MAC. Like, I had never sent anything back before or like returned any makeup from MAC that I wasn't pleased with. I returned that collection and I haven't really been as like excited about the collections that have come out. And as you know, MAC comes out with collections all the time. But I've been into MAC makeup for so many years now and stuff is starting to look the same. So anyways, MAC comes out with this new collection, Fantasy of Flowers, and there were a few things that caught my eye. So I picked up 5 items and I just wanted to share it with you and just share with you my thoughts and opinions and just some information on some of the products that I got from the Fantasy of Flowers. So this collection came out with 2 mineralized skin finishes. Now one is in Stereo Rose, which I already had from a previous collection. These are both re-promotes, and then Perfect Topping. So I had seen a lot of swatches online of these skin finishes and I knew I really wanted to pick up Perfect Topping. I just want to say I was really disappointed. Now, I don't know if any of y'all got this and have seen, but Temptalia, which I always look up swatches on Temptalia, it's a website, I'll link it below. She has like the best reviews and whatnot, but she compared the old Perfect Topping to the new MSF Perfect Topping. Now this one looks peach. The old one was like a blue toned pink color. So I was really disappointed when I got mine. Look how light that is. Now I am wearing it today and it is a really nice highlight, but it's a light peachy champagne highlight. And I wanted it to be pink like it had always been. So you can't necessarily call something a re-promote MAC when you're changing the entire color. So that was a little bit disappointing. So unless you want, I mean, for a nice like peachy champagne highlight, I would just go for MAC's MSF in Soft and Gentle and skip Perfect Topping. It was a real disappointment. Now, I had already had Stereo Rose, which is really pigmented, but I saw on the swatches that Stereo Rose was also a little bit lighter in their re-promote. So this is the old Stereo Rose, and I'll just swatch that for you so that you can see it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I use this as a blush on my complexion. It's a really nice warm blush and it's a beautiful peach color. So that's Stereo Rose right there. The new Stereo Rose is a lot lighter than the old one. So I don't know if you're going in under the expectations of getting the particular swatch that you remember that you've looked up online. I'm not quite sure you're gonna get it. So make sure you check Temptalia and you can see the swatch comparisons and the swatches of the new re-promotes, and then you can decide if that is a color that you want instead of expecting it to be a certain color and then it comes and it's not. The next thing that I got from the Fantasy of Flower collection is they came out with 2 new blushes, a more peachy blush and a really pretty pink. Now these are mineralized blushes, which I love the Mineralized collection from MAC. So this first one is called Petal Power, and it is a really gorgeous peach. This reminds me of NARS Orgasm. So I brought NARS Orgasm out to swatch compare just so that you can have an idea when you're going in to purchase. This is a beautiful color, really pigmented, really smooth, a fine sheen to it. It is almost a little bit more of a vibrant corally peach, but I'm going to swatch, and the gold sheen is just stunning in person. I love this color, but let me compare it to 2 blushes that I think might be very similar. The first one is Pinched from NYX. Now, I haven't swatched these next to each other. I just grabbed them out of my collection really quickly so that we could see here together. So Pinched is that gorgeous color from NYX right there. It looks like it's a little bit more pinky right off the bat. But let's just swatch them next to each other just so we can see. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot more pink to it. But it's good just to know these things. So that's Pinched from NYX. And I mean, this is a beautiful color as well if you are looking for something very similar as far as like a peachy, corally color, but that is definitely more pink. So now let's check NARS Orgasm. Okay, so this is NARS Notorious Blush in Orgasm. So let's see if this is quite similar to, there is the swatch of that right there. Not as much of an orangey coral. So there is Orgasm from NARS. So just in case you're wondering, that does look like it is more of a coral with a really beautiful gold sheen. You know, I always like to see like, oh, that looks like something similar to what I have. So for those of you blush fanatics that can really see those subtle differences in blush, there is a difference. So it's definitely worth picking up if you already have Orgasm or Pinched from NYX. For those of you who are just looking for something, you know, similar, beautiful color, these two are really great options as well if you already have them in your collection. But this color, Petal Power, is definitely a really beautiful color, especially for the springtime. The next color that I picked up is called Azalea in the Afternoon. Now this is a little bit more pink. I compared it next to Dainty in my collection. Dainty is a lot more yellow toned. So this is the swatch of it. It's a really beautiful color. So this is the Azalea in the Afternoon. Beautiful, pigmented, very, very smooth color. So these two, although these are the two from MAC, although they looked very similar in the pan, as you can see there's a huge difference. This is a very corally peach and this one is a very blue toned pink color. They are side by side. So this one is Petal Power and this one is Azalea in the Afternoon. Both of these I'm really, really happy with. I think they're gorgeous and definitely something nice if you're looking for a great mineralized blush. These two are really nice if you can get your hands on them from the new Fantasy of Flowers collection. Really fun, bright colors for the spring. For lipsticks, I picked up two. I believe there were 5 or 6 in the line. All of them are luster formula, so those are a little bit more sheer and buildable. So the two that I picked up, of course, are the really light colors. Now I brought a few other lipsticks from MAC to do comparison swatches. So I'm just going to swatch these first and show you. The first one is called Rose Lily and it's a gorgeous blue toned sheer pink color. So let's swatch that. That was a few swatches back and forth. Really, really nice. I find lusters are extremely comfortable to wear because they are a little bit more sheer, buildable coverage. They do have a nice glossy sheen to them. So love this color. Really pleased with it. You guys know I love those like blue tone pinks. So that's a really nice color in Rose Lily. And then the next one is called Snapdragon. This is a more purpley tone color. Let's just look at them compared to each other. The Snapdragon has a lot more purple in it. Snapdragon is a little bit more sheer and actually a little bit more buildable. Even though it's more purpley, it actually swatches a little bit less with a blue tone cast than the Rose Lily one. So I think that the Snapdragon is actually a little bit more complimentary and a little bit more wearable. I am wearing that one today. And it feels really comfortable on the lips, and like I said, this one is more buildable. Now, just for comparison, I pulled 3 MAC lipsticks that have come out in various collections in the past year. And I just wanted to swatch them next to one another so that you could see, just in case you had any of these in your collection already. The first one's Girl Next Door, the Archie Girls collection. This was a really sheer pink. I thought it might be similar. It's not at all. Look at that. That's way different. So flop on my part. Maybe I shouldn't even show that one. But yeah, I thought that that might be similar, and it's definitely not. But it's always good to see. So there you go. That's Girl Next Door from the Archie Girls collection. The next one is Raspberry Swirl, and now this looked really similar to me to Rose Lily. Really similar. So this is Raspberry Swirl and this is the Rose Lily color. So these two are very similar. I would say the only difference is this is a little bit more sheer and buildable, and this one is a cream sheen and this one is a luster from the new collection. So if you already have Raspberry Swirl, you probably don't need to grab the Rose Lily one. If you missed out on Raspberry Swirl, then you might want to snag up the new Rose Lily because it's so similar. So the last one I thought was going to be like the Snapdragon one, and this is Lavender Whip. So I figured since I thought these might be similar, it might be good to see that they're not, but I thought I would just swatch it anyways because now that I pull it out, it's not very similar at all. I guess it has similar tones, but this is Lavender Whip. So I thought that this was going to be like the Snapdragon color, but it's not at all. This is a cream sheen. This is definitely Swatches, more of a pinky color, and this definitely has more purple tones in it. Although this looked like it was going to be purple, but as you can see when you swatch them side by side, this definitely has way more purple tones in it. Anyways, I hope that was helpful just to see swatches in case you were curious. It looks like these two are Raspberry Swirl and the Rose Lily are so similar, so I'm glad that I did that. But I know if you're anything like me, I'm always like, gosh, that looks so similar to blah blah blah, I wish I knew. So if anything, it might just be helpful to know it's not similar. So that was what I picked up from the new Fantasy of Flowers collection from MAC. Let me know down below if y'all picked up anything from the new collection and what you picked up and how you're liking it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Mwah.